Welcome back, guys, and today we're going to be talking about this new mask I just finished up. Now, I have recently put a poll out on YouTube and asked all of you guys what we should name this thing, and I took everyone's ideas and names into consideration, and I think I've picked out my own name for this guy. But I want to talk to you about the mask and show you it a little bit, tell you the process of how I did it, and we'll go from there. But I do want to shout out every single person that participated in that little survey. I appreciate all you guys. You guys gave me some phenomenal names, some ones I really had to kick around. So this guy actually started as some canvas painter's drop cloth, and I just cut that into strips. As you can see, I cut out some fairly large strips here, but I could make a shitload of these with all of that. But I have other projects in mind, but we're definitely gonna make some more of these. I really like how this turned out. And now I know some of you wanted to say it looks like a head form because there's no originality to it. Well, that's the whole goddamn point of this mask, was to just be the head form. I didn't even want the lips to form into this, but the way the latex sunk into it, the lips actually formed, and it actually did turn out pretty cool. But that wasn't the goal of this. But we have it all strapped on. We got the strap all glued, and we got double cap rivets on there. So this actually fits your head really nice. It doesn't fit this head form. This is a little bit smaller of a head form than the one that you actually use to make masks. But this, it works just for presentation purposes. But I really enjoy this mask. I love the looks of it. I think it turned out really neat, especially the wash I did on it. It really sinks into the deeper spots of this canvas. So I think all in all, this thing turned out pretty sick. Now underneath, I left it pretty thin down here just because obviously if you're moving your neck, I didn't want this to like be a real stiff piece. So this is rather thin down here, but it is just a single ply of this, but it's still thick, but it's flexible because it's got the latex there. But as you can see, there's no breathing holes or anything. So this wouldn't be like a long time use. This is actually going to go on my shelf, and that's where it's going to stay. I will make a few more of these, and the next ones I will drill some holes so you can breathe in this thing. But it doesn't really form fit to your face, so you can still breathe. You're going to get oxygen through the eye holes, and obviously it's not a full head mask, so you can still breathe. You're not going to suffocate. It's still really neat looking. But on the inside, as you can see, we just have the strap here. Got our double cap rivets in there. We got 1.5 inch thick elastic strap. So it's a really nice high quality elastic. It's very comfortable on your head. And then on the inside, it's just your raw latex. But overall, I think this thing turned out really cool. You know, it's nice and flexible. It's not super duper thick. Now it is 3 layers thick of the canvas, but it's still a flexible mask. Like, you're not going to be miserable wearing this. I think it turned out really cool. Now, the names I did like for this that some of you gave me was the Silent Killer and the Face of Death, which I thought those two were the absolute coolest names. For just some random people commenting on the post. Like I said, I appreciate all you guys for jumping in on it. But I just cut pieces of this thing up, laid it on the head form, and just kind of soaked it in the latex, get it all nice and saturated. And then once all that was dried, I came back in with a black, and it was like a black and red mixture of alcohol inks, and did a wash on this. Obviously I rubbed it off, and we have this really, really cool effect. And as it started out, it started as that color. So you can see the latex pretty much yellows it up. Latex dries to a yellow color. And then I added this black color. I just sprayed it on there with a spray gun. And then you just go and you just wipe it. And that's your final look, because all that black ink then sits down inside of the deepest parts of the mask, and you get some really cool textures and really cool look to it. There we go, get it to focus. But it goes down in there and sits down into the deepest spots, then into these spots here, and then when you wipe, depends on how much you wipe away is how much stays. So if you go back in and wipe it all off, well, there's gonna be nothing left. But if you gently dab and gently wipe, it'll come off in certain areas. As you can see, I kind of went a little harder around the mouth, just kind of highlight this area. And then obviously on the high spots, I took some off, like the bridge of the nose, down around here on the nose. Tried to highlight these higher spots where the folds and wrinkles were. But I think this thing turned out awesome. So as far as the name, I think I'm gonna call this guy the Silent Killer. I do like that name. I think it's cool. I think it fits this mask. I know a lot of you chimed in with burlap, scarecrows stuff, and corn stalks and cornfields and all kinds of craziness. But none of those really fit this, because one, this has absolutely nothing to do with corn or scarecrow or burlap, even that. So we're going with the Silent Killer. I really like that one. And the Face of Death, I really like that too. But I think the Silent Killer really fits this one, just because of the fact that it has no mouth. Well, it has a mouth, but there's no hole, so he couldn't speak, you know, he can't breathe, kind of thing. I really dig in that whole vibe that this has. So shout out to whoever commented that. I forget the name off the top of my head right now, but I definitely like that name. I like how this mask turned out. I'm gonna get a nice foam head for this thing and set it up on my shelf. And here soon, I'm gonna give you guys a nice little video of my mask collection. Now, I do not have all of them down. Most of them are in a tote, and I don't have a lot of them displayed. I've just recently got into wanting to display them. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna do a little display video. So thank you guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Until the next video, happy haunting.